Hello?
Miss Lestico, guess what time it is?
What time?
It's time for math!
Yay!
Hey, first grade! Welcome to another day of math.
That's right. Yesterday we started learning about fractions. And, well, what's our target today, Miss Len?
Well, today our target says I can recognize a fraction. We focused yesterday on those equal and unequal parts, and we're definitely going to need to know if a shape has equal or unequal parts to learn about fractions.
That's right. But today we're going to focus more on those halves and fourths that we talked about at the very end of yesterday.
That's right. And we have some friends that are going to help introduce some fractions to us today.
Annie and Moby are so good at fractions, and I can't wait to see what we can learn from them.
Wait, stop. You're supposed to share with the whole class. Moby, that's not fair. Everyone is supposed to get equal parts of the sandwich. What is a fraction? A fraction tells you the number of parts out of a whole. Not that kind of whole, Moby. Something is whole when it has all of its parts. I love muffins. This whole muffin has 2 equal parts. In a fraction, the number of parts goes under a line. There are 2 parts. You took 1 part of the muffin, and that number goes on top. So this fraction shows you took 1 out of 2 parts. You can also write this as 1/2. What is a half? When you split something in half, you make 2 equal parts. Right, Moby, there are 2 halves in a whole. Half for you and half for me. There are 2 equal pieces, and we each get 1 piece. Sometimes I see a half moon at night. And everyone loves a half day of school. What is a third? We can share this cake between you, me, and Grandpa. We can cut the cake into thirds. That means we divide it into 3 equal pieces. We each get 1 slice. So Grandpa gets 1 out of 3 slices. We each get 1/3 of the whole cake. There are 3 of us, but only 1 is a robot. So 1 out of 3 of us is a robot. What is a fourth? I love apple pie, and this pie has 4 equal slices. You took 1 slice. So you took 1 out of 4 slices, or 1/4 of the slices. 1/4 is also called 1/4. Exactly, Moby. There are 4 quarters in a dollar. So 1/4 is 1/4 of a dollar. I can divide a lot of things into fourths. Like a piece of paper, a cup of water, an inch, or an hour. I think all this sugar is making us sick, Moby. We better cut up the sandwich so everyone can get an equal piece. It's okay, Moby. I've got a slice saved right here. Wait, you're supposed to give me half. I guess you can keep mine.
My brain popped.
That's
Miss
right.
Lestico.
Annie and Moby knew so much about the fractions we've been learning about, like halves and fourths.
And even thirds, but we're not going to do that in first grade.
No.
Now, when they were showing a fraction, Miss Lestico, there was a number on top, a line, and then a number on bottom. And we have some really fancy words for those numbers. Do you know what the one on top is called, Miss Lestico?
Ooh, so when we're writing a fraction, we have the top that's called the numerator. So it's the numerator on top.
Mm-hmm. And the numerator, it stands for what?
It stands for the part. So it always showed the part that was being taken by Moby or the part that was being taken by Grandpa. So the part of the whole that's being taken away is our numerator.
That's right. And then the number that we'll always write on bottom is called the
Denominator. And the denominator is always going to be on the bottom of the fraction when you're writing your fractions. And that stands for the whole piece that you are dividing. And so the whole circle or the whole pie would be your denominator. How many pieces you divided the whole into.
Okay, well, let's see, Miss Listico, then, if we can use that to help us write a fraction. I'm going to draw a shape and partition it into some equal parts. Remember, partition is to, like, divide it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to color in just part. Miss Listico, what fraction do you think that this is representing?
Ooh, so I know when I'm writing my fraction, it's going to be a number or my part, and then a line, and then my denominator. So how many pieces of the whole I got? Well, I'm going to start with the denominator because I like looking at how many pieces my whole part was put into. So I know that Miss Lime divided this into halves. And what we learned yesterday, halves is 2 equal parts. So my denominator is going to have a 2 in it because I see 2 pieces right here. And, well, we took away one of those parts. So my numerator is going to be 1 because we colored in 1 piece out of 2 pieces.
So we wrote, or Miss Listico wrote 1/2. And do you want to know how you say that, Miss Listico? 1/2.
Oh, that's right. I know that this piece was divided into halves. And so when we take one of those 2 halves, we have 1/2.
Ooh, okay, let's practice with some more shapes, Miss Listico.
Okay.
I'm going to draw some shapes and partition them into fourths, and we're going to take turns filling in some fractions.
Okay, I know that when Annie and Moby were looking at their fractions, all of their fractions only had 1 piece taken off. And, well, sometimes you might take 2 pieces away or 3 pieces away. So we're going to have to look at the difference of how we would write those fractions with more than 1 piece taken away.
Mm-hmm.
But let's start off with our 1 piece first. So Miss Lime divided this circle into fourths. And if I am taking away 1 piece, what fraction would that be, Miss Lime?
Well, I'm going to use Miss Listico's strategy of writing my denominator, or my bottom, my whole number first. And I can see there are 4 total pieces. So in this shape that is partitioned, there are 4 pieces. So I'm going to write a 4 for my denominator, or that number underneath the line.
What's my numerator, Miss Lime?
Well, my numerator, that would be my part, or the part that's colored in, or like taken away. And I can see only 1 part has been colored in. So my numerator is a 1. So I have 1/4, or I could call it 1/4.
Oh, that's right. We know that our shape was divided into fourths. So if we took 1/4, that would be our fraction.
Okay, Miss Listico, I want you to try. I'm going to give you a challenge. Ready?
Okay.
Here is the fraction I am showing you. Now, it's really important. If you're going to do more than 1 piece, they have to be touching on one side. Even though it might look cool to do at an angle, I need the pieces to be touching. Okay, let's see if Miss Listico can figure out what fraction this is.
Okay, well, first I'm going to start with my denominator. So how many pieces was my whole split into? And well, I can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. And so my denominator is going to start with 4. And then I put a line on top of it to show how many of those 4 were taken away. And oh, well, I can see that 2 pieces out of my 4 pieces were taken away. And so my fraction is going to be 2/4. Now we have to put fourths because there's more than one that we divided it into. And so my fraction would be 2/4. There we go. Okay, well, Miss Lime, I have another one for you. This is also going to be a challenge. So if I am coloring in this piece right here, well, Miss Lime said that anything else that we color in needs to be touching. So I'm going to color in this box right here because it's touching this box, and this box underneath because it's touching this one on this line. Well, Miss Lime, what would this fraction be?
Okay, well, I'm going to start by looking at my denominator first. That's the bottom number, or the whole. How many total pieces, my denominator. So that's the number I'm going to put underneath my line. I have 4 total equal pieces. So I'm going to put a 4 as my denominator. Now I need to go back and see, well, how many are colored in? How many are shown? Well, I have 1, 2, 3 as my numerator. So I'm going to put 3 on top. So this fraction is showing me 3/4 or 3/4 because 3 pieces out of 4 have been colored in. Okay, Miss Lestico, I think we should practice drawing certain fractions, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to draw a triangle, and I'm going to partition it into halves. And Miss Lestico, I want you to show me the fraction 1/2.
Okay, so, well, I know my 2 right here stands for how many pieces my triangle was divided into. And if we're taking one of those pieces away, that means that I need to color in one section of this triangle. So I am only going to color in one side because it's 1 out of 2. All right, Miss Lime, I have one for you. So if I have a circle and I am going to divide it into 4 parts, I want you to show me what 2/4 of this circle would look like.
Okay, so my denominator is 4, which means this shape needs to be partitioned into 4 equal pieces, and it is. And my numerator is the parts that I need to show. I need to show 2. Okay, so I'm going to pick 2 pieces to color in. Here's 1, and I need to pick a piece that's close to it, that's touching on one of its sides. I'll do this one right here.
Very good. Make sure that those sides are touching, not the vertices, because while it's touching, it's not the same.
Let me see. Do I have 4 equal parts? Yes. And 2 colored in? Yes. Miss Lestico, here is 2/4.
Oh, good job, Miss Lime. It's your turn.
On Seesaw, you are going to have a fraction performance assessment. It's okay. Don't be nervous. Because guess what? On this performance assessment, your job is going to be showing me a circle or a square and show us how can you partition or divide it into 2 equal parts and 4 equal parts. Then you have to determine, Miss Lime and Miss Lestico gave us some shapes. Are these already in equal parts or are they unequal parts? And at the very bottom, we're going to ask you to show us an example of some fractions, just like Miss Lime and Miss Lestico just did. Pay attention to the numerator, the number on top, the number of pieces colored in, and the denominator, the total number of pieces, that bottom number.
That's right. And when you're all done, don't forget to hit that green check mark. Good luck.